Hey everybody, sorry I'm a day late. I was working yesterday when the trailer dropped and the digital event. And it's funny, the last two times I made a video to respond to Sunbreak news, the last two teasers, those videos were met with immense negative reception. So obviously I'm gonna do it again. But before I start, I wanted to give you guys an update on where I stand with Monster Hunter Rise, and this is genuine. This video is genuine, it's not a shitpost. I know I was joking about it, oh, it's a shitpost. The last teaser was a shitpost, the one before that was like half a shitpost, half being serious. But, like, I just want to say right now, I have been replaying Monster Hunter Rise on PC, and my thoughts on Monster Hunter Rise have been refreshed. And to make it clear, I still dislike the current implementation of the wire bug. I still dislike wyvern riding. I still dislike the story, the rampages. I don't like Ibushi or Narwa. I really don't like how there's no monster tracking, and I don't like the overall increased speed of the gameplay loop. But aside from that, it's still a good game, and I'm still enjoying the game. There are mods. I've been using a bunch of mods. There's a mod to remove wyvern riding, which has really helped me enjoy the game more. If you guys don't like, if any of you don't like wyvern riding or want to try the game without wyvern riding, you guys need to try this mod. There's also a number of small aesthetic mods, like, you know, bringing back the classic battle music or bringing back the classic gathering sound effects. I can even add more fog to the maps, which to me makes some of the maps look really nice. And as you guys know, my beloved Kieran isn't in the game yet, but even then, it doesn't stop the modders from adding the equipment, so I can happily live with this. I'm still waiting on the modding tools for swapping character voices to get better. Ever since they announced that your hunter would have, you know, a voice with dialogue, I wanted to mod the game so I could complete my character with the voice of the voice actor Shrami Lee, though after learning that the modding for Rise has been more difficult than World, that dream kinda got stomped, so I was like, whatever, who cares? It's just a voice. So, to summarize, I'm enjoying my time with Monster Hunter Rise. PC Monster Hunter Rise has absolutely been a better experience for me. And look, I said before that Sunbreak will not fix Monster Hunter Rise, and that's true, and it's because Monster Hunter Rise is not broken, it does not need to be fixed. And the reason why I can have gripes with it and also acknowledge that my gripes are just the fact that the game is not meant for me. It's not broken, it's just not meant for me. But I can still enjoy it. Despite all this, I wrote out a list. I wrote out a list of reasonable requests for Sunbreak. These reasonable requests would improve the experience for me without changing the overall gameplay loop or design. And there's just 4, and they're pretty simple. Number 1. Add Kieran. Number 2, make wyvern riding optional, which they've already confirmed it's going to be that way in Sunbreak. It'll be a menu option. Number 3, improve climbing so it's more like Monster Hunter 4. And number 4, add subspecies back in. So number 3 and number 4, well, we'll get to those soon. I should also note that I also have a list of a long list of insane, unreasonable requests that I know that Capcom will not implement into Sunbreak, but I pray to God anyway, even though, yeah, none of these are going to be added in. So that's when, of course, we get to the new trailer, and lo and behold, they've improved climbing, and they've brought back subspecies. So they've checked off 3 of my list. Thanks, Capcom! The only thing left is Kieran. And I'm thinking, like, you know, there's so many subspecies that could potentially return. These are all subspecies of previous games that could return, and even if, like, a handful, like, even if only, like, 3, 5, I mean, I'd like all of them, but if only a handful come back, like, I'll be happy. This is great. The new map is beautiful. I don't know what else to say. It looks like it's gonna provide a great variety of monsters to spawn there, so whenever I go on my free hunt expeditions, which I do often, they will be a lot of fun because I don't know what will spawn. I like when the monster spawns are random, and I like at the end when I get a really fantastic reward screen, so I do this often when I play the game. I prefer it over quests. And this new map, and it's massive, it's called the Citadel. This is going to be my go-to spot for all my hunting from now on, and I think that probably most of my favorite monsters are probably going to spawn there. So it's quite a surprise. This trailer has made me quite excited. The rearrangement of Proof of a Hero is great. The overall aesthetic is to me, way more in line with the classic Monster Hunter again. I think that's fog. I don't know if this is more fog than what the game used to have, or if they're adding more fog, or if it's just this map. I don't know, but what we do know is that this map does have significant visual changes, like how the whole sky turns purple. That's so cool, because I wanted weather, or at least some kind of visual change to come back, and we have it. I hope that the game's narrative will be more impactful and intelligent than base Rise. I got really sick of the idiots at Kimura, and I don't really want a repeat of that. The new hub looks humble, really humble, and the characters are charming. Charming enough for a Monster Hunter game, at least. You know, like, Rondine's sister is cool, I've said it before, like, everyone's excited for that. The quest receptionist is fine. This guy looks epic, and same with this quirky man. And then, What? This is from my list of unreasonable requests. How? What? What? If they don't offer her as a hunter voice? Wow, okay. That was a surprise. You know when in like Hollywood animated films, they hire like A-list celebrities in order to like draw in audience? It's... Frick, I'm pre-ordering the game just for her. Also, they added Kaoru to the game, so that's cool. Yeah, well, shit, like there's a lot for me to be excited for, and I'm pretty eager for the next set of announcements from Capcom. Before I close off, though, I have to spoil you guys with my bizarre gripes and nitpicks and criticisms. So I do have a gripe, and it's I hate this Goblin Raptor. I hate it. I don't want it in the game. So far, some of the monsters for Sunbreak, I've just been so turned off by. First announced Luna Garon, I was unhappy, and if you follow my Twitter, you know why. It's because I didn't want another absurd ice-themed monster, and I certainly didn't want a werewolf monster that doesn't have any fur. Like if you're gonna go with like a werewolf, or even like an ice wolf, Monster Hunter already has a monster like that. It's the Camu Orugaron from Frontier, and it's like, okay, maybe they don't want Frontier monsters. If you're gonna add like another ice monster, I'd prefer if the ice monster slot was saved for Blangunga, or Zamtrios, or Gameth, but whatever. Like, I'm just like, whatever, the fight will probably be fun. I moved on from that. But I will not forgive Capcom for adding this thing instead of, oh, I don't know, the actual goblin enemies that have been in Monster Hunter since 2006. Goblins were in World, the Gajalakas. Like, why did they feel that they need another new raptor when we have so many raptor monsters? And if you're gonna bring in a raptor for the map, you know, Jaggy would fit. Velociprey need a comeback, and like they don't even really have to bring back like one of the goblins like a Shakalaka. They could have even made like a new monkey goblin monster like the Blangos or something. It's just, why another raptor? And why, if you're gonna do a goblin, like you already, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand I don't understand Capcom sometimes. Anyway, that was my thoughts. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you in 6 months when I upload my next video, or maybe a year. I don't know. I'm a disaster.